Your cat licked you. Maybe yesterday. Maybe this morning. You probably smiled, thought it was sweet, and moved on. But in that exact moment, something happened that you completely missed. Your cat was not showing affection. They were running a test. And based on how you responded, they made a decision about you that is still affecting how they treat you right now. Most owners never find out what that decision was. By the end of this video, you will. Here is what nobody tells you about cat licking. It has nothing to do with taste. Nothing to do with salt on your skin. That explanation gets repeated everywhere, and it is almost entirely wrong. When your cat licks you, they are activating the same neurological sequence they use with the cats they trust most in the world. It is called allogrooming. And in feline social structure, it is one of the most loaded behaviors that exists. In the wild, cats only groom each other when they have passed a very specific internal threshold. That threshold is not friendliness. It is not comfort. It is safety. A cat will only put their face that close to another living creature and perform that slow, deliberate tongue motion when their nervous system has classified that creature as inside their circle, not tolerated, not neutral. Inside. When your cat licks you, they are telling you that you passed. But what most owners do not realize is that the test does not end there. The licking is the opening. What your cat watches next is your response. And your response in that exact moment is what determines everything that comes after. Here is the science behind why this matters so much. When a cat initiates allogrooming, their brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding chemical that fires between a mother and her newborn, between two people who deeply trust each other. Your cat's brain is in a state of active bonding in that moment. They are chemically open, and they are watching to see if you are going to meet them there or pull away. A study from the University of Vienna found that cats mirror the emotional responses of their owners more precisely than almost any other domestic animal. When the owner responded to the cat's grooming behavior with calm engagement, the bonding signal was reinforced. When the owner pulled away, made a sudden movement, or became distracted, the cat's oxytocin response dropped sharply. The window closed, and the cat's internal classification of that owner quietly shifted. This is why some cats lick you constantly and others do it once and never again. It is not personality. It is memory. The cat that licked you once, watched what you did, and decided you were not worth the vulnerability again. They did not stop loving you. They stopped risking themselves for you. And that is a completely different thing. Now here's the part that changes everything. The test your cat runs during licking is not just about your reaction in that moment. It is a data point in a much longer calculation they have been running since the day they met you. Cats do not form trust quickly. They form it through accumulated evidence. Every interaction, every response, every moment where you either showed up or did not, gets stored. The lick is not the beginning of the test. It is a checkpoint. Researchers at Oregon State University who have spent years studying feline attachment behavior describe this process as trust indexing. Your cat is constantly updating an internal score based on your behavior patterns. The lick happens when that score crosses a certain threshold, but what you do next either raises that score further or begins to bring it back down. This is also why cats who have been through trauma or rehoming often take so much longer to lick their new owners. It is not that they do not like you. It is that their trust index starts from a much lower baseline. Every gentle interaction you have with them is moving that number. The lick will come, but only when the math is right. There is another layer to this that almost nobody talks about. Where your cat chooses to lick you is not random. It carries specific meaning based on feline social hierarchy. A cat that licks your hand is acknowledging you as someone they are comfortable with. A cat that licks your face, specifically around your eyes or your forehead, is doing something different. In feline social groups, facial grooming is reserved for the cat that holds the highest position of trust, not the most dominant cat, the most trusted one. If your cat has ever licked your face while you were lying down, eyes closed, completely still, they were not just grooming you. They were placing you at the top of their hierarchy in that moment. That is not something cats do casually. And yes, the bite, because we have to talk about the bite. When a cat licks you and then bites, Most people interpret this as aggression or overstimulation. The real explanation is more specific and more interesting than that. What you are witnessing is a behavior called grooming interruption. In feline social groups, grooming sessions are not open-ended. They end on the groomer's terms. When your cat has finished what they wanted to communicate, they close the session. The bite is punctuation. It is not anger. It is completion. The message has been sent. The session is over. What makes this significant is what comes immediately after. Watch your cat in the seconds following that bite. If they stay close, maintain eye contact, or begin to groom themselves while facing you, the interaction was positive. They said what they needed to say, and they are comfortable with where things stand. If they leave immediately and do not return for an extended period, something in the interaction did not land the way they intended. Your response before the bite communicated something they were not expecting. Most owners who get bitten immediately pull back, express surprise, or make a sound, all of which your cat reads as instability. Not danger, instability, and a cat whose grooming session ends in instability will be more hesitant the next time the threshold approaches. So what do you do with all of this? The next time your cat licks you, do not move. Do not make a sound. Do not reach out to pet them immediately, which most people instinctively do and which almost always disrupts the moment. Simply stay still. Let your breathing slow. Keep your gaze soft and indirect. You are signaling to your cat's nervous system that you receive the message and you are stable, that you are worth the vulnerability. When the bite comes, do not react. Keep your body still. Let the session close on their terms. Then wait. Do not chase the interaction. Let them decide what happens next. What you will find if you do this consistently is that the lick comes more often. It lasts longer, and the bite, that final punctuation, gets gentler over time. Because a cat who trusts your response stops needing to close the session so firmly. They already know you are going to handle it right. Your cat has been testing you every single time they licked you. The question is not whether you passed or failed. The question is whether you even knew the test was happening. Now you do.